On this National Inspiring Joy Day, we couldn't think of a better guest who has been making the gift of joy possible for Low Country children for 6 years. Let's welcome back Katie Blomquist, founder and executive director of Going Places. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Wow. So looking back 6 years, remind us who helped you start it all.
So Steve Harvey.
Yeah, well, him, yes, but the young boy who inspired you to start it.
I was referring to when it went viral, but it was a GoFundMe that I started because a little boy in my class, Juwan, back when I was a teacher at Pepper Hill, had asked me for a bike on his birthday. And I did a GoFundMe to get all 650 kids in the school a bike because I couldn't bear the thought of leaving anybody out.
Yeah, and he is how old now?
He's in 8th grade now.
8th grade now. So you've watched him grow because you two are still very close.
Yes.
And you post to Facebook all the time. You have fun excursions together. Yeah. So I'm sure that bond is truly inseparable. But to know that he was sort of the spark that ignited this enormous effort, that's brought the community together. Over the years, how many bikes would you say you've given to children?
We've given over 3,200.
Over 3,200. That's a lot of smiles. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of laughs.
Yep.
And to this day, what's the feedback that you get from both the children, teachers, and parents?
It's just every time, it's just overwhelming gratitude, and it's the little stories you hear afterwards from the teachers or when parents or grandparents come pick up the bikes of what it means to them and how much they have seen their child now out in this, their street playing with their kids or with other neighborhood kids. And you hear teachers talk about how kids just have been ride their bikes for years and years to come.
Yeah, and something that I always say this every time we talk, but it's just something that we take for granted, those who had bikes growing up and had those joyful moments, but part of your slogan is that right to joy.
That's
the right to experience joy. It's not just in that moment that you're giving a child a toy to play with and have fun with, but it's that character development that they carry on with them as they get older, as they become adults.
Yep, and we send out post surveys 6 months after we give out our bikes to all the families that receive them, and I would say it's about 85% and higher report improved sleep, improved behavior, less stress in their child, increased family time. There's about 6 or 7 things that we track, and everyone is reporting a positive increase in all of these things. So we know that these bikes really are working beyond just the basic joy. It's actually affecting their social emotional health.
Yeah, that's great that you go kind of dive deep into the data of it all, because really that's the feedback that you want to get, especially when you're putting so much effort, because I know you put in a lot of work, Katie. I mean, it's a tireless job. It became your full-time job.
It is,
running this nonprofit. And I'm curious to know what's new with the organization, what is on the horizon for the organization, because I know you keep trucking and you're doing a great job with the bikes, but what's new?
So we're doing another bike reveal on May 1st at Charleston Progressive Academy downtown. It's 224 bikes, and then we have our gala on May 19th. So 2 big things in 1 month that we're going to need lots of volunteers and sponsors for and attendees.
And how much does it cost to build a single bike?
It's about $125.
$125, but you've got hands that are there to help put it together, and there's a whole process, and that's what I say when it brings the community together, because you have bike builds and all that throughout the year. But for people who are watching this who want to make a donation, where should they go if they can't make the gala or whatever, but they just want to give to you?
They can go to our website. It's goingplacesnonprofit.org. You can find us on all of our social media channels. It's all Going Places Nonprofit, and you can DM us. It's always me that responds. It's very easy to find us online if you are interested in helping or being a bigger part of it.
Terrific. And I know this is a loaded question, but 5 years down the road, or another 6 years, I should say, down the road, what do you hope to see Going Places turn into?
I would love to see this expand, not just outside of the Tri-County area, but nationally. And we've come so close so many times. It looks like we actually may be doing it in 2 other states next year. It's not 100% confirmed, so I can't really say much details yet, but I would love to see big companies, want to make a big difference in their communities and they'll be the sponsors. We can put their logo on the bikes, and then I can come in and do all the rest of the work, and they could have a direct impact right literally where they work and live, and see these kids riding these bikes around where their offices are and where they live.
Sure.
And so I don't have the network in these other cities outside of Charleston.
Right.
So companies that do and want to sponsor this, we'd love to come in and be able to spread this joy across kids all over the country.
All right, you heard it. Contact this lady. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Katie.
so much
great
for
to
having
see you.
me.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We're back after this.